dealing with divorce, which Jesus says is that which causes adultery. Adultery by looking. Adultery by decision. Jesus' case here is that divorce, which has no biblical grounds, is the cause for adultery. It almost reminds us of, or it really does, in a sense, remind us that our views of God are way too low. In Isaiah chapter 55, verses 8 through 9, you will recall that passage where God tells Isaiah that his ways are not like our ways, and his thoughts are not like our thoughts. But as high as the heavens are to the earth, so are the ways of God as high to our ways. Psalm chapter 50, verses 21. God says, "You thought I was just like you." It is a reminder that God there's an otherness about God. There's an otherworldliness about God. We would simply call that holiness. His righteousness is a righteousness that is outside of us. They would say it in Latin this way: it is extra nos. It is a righteousness that is found only in God. And as Jesus is communicating, as Jesus is rather teaching in this Sermon on the Mount, he is teaching how the individual can be as good as God is. He is teaching how the individual can be as righteous as God is. And not only is he teaching how one can be as righteous and as good as God is, but he demands that we be as good and as righteous as God is. It's this way for you to enter heaven. But the reality is that the standard of God is too high. The benchmark, the barometer, the measurements, the metric, they're too high for us to attain. And what does humanity do? Humanity seeks to bring the benchmark, the barometer, the high marks of God down to a level so that they can attain something, so that on the day of judgment they can claim that they have something in their hands that God should accept. We live in a day and age where we look for loopholes to low living. God refuses to budge. And because God refuses to budge, it is a reminder that you and I must move.